Hey brother, there's something I want to talk to you about today, and it might not be easy, but try to listen to everything I have to say with an open heart, okay? Not everybody's going to be in a place where they'll be ready for this concept I'm about to share, because from a mental and cerebral place, it's a bit of a abstract spiritual concept, but it's something that was really important for me and my own healing, so I wanted to share it with you. You might find yourself coming back to this video years later when you're ready for it. It would be best if you closed your eyes during this, but if not, that's okay. Definitely not while driving. The first thing I want you to do right now is be aware of your breathing. Is it shallow? I want you to breathe deeply and consciously. I'll do a couple breaths with you right now. Breathe deeply where you feel your lower abdomen and your lower portion of your lungs expanding. In through your nose, and then out through your mouth. You're going to expand the lower part of your lungs first, and then the upper part, and we'll hold it for a minute, and then we'll release it. Here we go. That's the lower part, now upper part. Hold it, and exhale. Become aware of the inner space. Let's do it one more time. Lower part of your abdomen. Upper part. Hold it. Exhale. Okay, now breathe normally and just make sure it's not that shallow breathing, but that there's some level of awareness to your breath. I want you to try to think back to your first memory when you were a little boy. It could be something random. For me, it was crawling on the floor and then looking up at my mother. And then the very next memory after that is me standing on my tippy toes, reaching, trying to turn on a light switch in my parents' first house. And then after that, I have random flashes of memories in preschool and kindergarten. But the visual aspects aside, I just remember this feeling of acceptance of everything and everyone, including myself. I remember feeling joyful from the smallest things. A new cheap plastic toy from the dollar store, eating a piece of candy. I remember feeling love for all people around me at all times for no reason. I could meet a stranger and just be so excited to talk to them about anything random. Do you remember things like this? I want you to think really hard for a minute. How excited about life you were. Did the smallest experiences, the most trivial things just blow your mind and fill you with so much awe and wonder and curiosity? When you were 5 years old or under, if you have any memories during that time, I want you to think about how you viewed others. Your childhood friends, your parents, strangers at the grocery store. There was no judgment, there was no ill will. There was no resentment. Little children tend to let go of wrongdoings almost instantly, right away. The moment they no longer feel pain, they just drop it. The idea of resentment or forgiveness doesn't even really exist for them yet. It's not needed, it's not necessary. That's a concept we're introduced to later in life. All these things I'm describing of you as a little kid, that's still the essence of who you are right now, who you truly are. It's still there. Beneath all the surface of the layers, the walls that have been built up for us, by us, to protect that fragile, innocent child who didn't deserve to get hurt the way that he did. Oftentimes our parents were doing the best they could with where they were at, with the wounds that were inflicted on them when they were kids. I want you now to imagine your parents, your mom, your dad, biological or not, the people who raised you, who were responsible for your well-being, who had influence over you. I want you to imagine them as children, with those same feelings of awe and wonder, acceptance of what is, and curiosity that you had when you were a kid. I want you to imagine your parents as innocent children getting hurt the way that you did. That innate innocence that they had being betrayed. Tears running down their face, not understanding what's happening. And now fast forward to them as adults, with a newborn baby in their arms, and that's you. As an adult, they still feel like those wounded kids. Maybe as wounded as you feel right now in the present. They have you to think about, but they're not okay. Now this is the hard part. If you can, I want you to forgive them. These people in your life who have hurt you, that have betrayed your trust, your innocence. I want you to forgive them, and I want you to release them from the hurt and the damage that they inflicted on you. You're setting them free, but even more importantly, you're setting yourself free. Even if they're gone now, they might have left, they might have passed away, but the essence of their being is still out there, and it's within you. And when you're no longer harboring any resentment or unforgiveness or ill will towards them, it opens up this space inside of you where you'll find that previous limitations that you had before will no longer hold you back. It's like a poison you didn't even know was in your bloodstream, affecting every aspect of your life. It's been pulled out of you. And when you truly forgive, you're healed from that. You can move forward without that sense of heaviness, and it turns into a sense of freedom and lightness. And what you're doing is you're not only healing yourself, you're healing previous generations and future generations of your bloodline. These types of wounds will stop with you. They won't continue to your children and their children like it has for all these generations. That's how important this is. Most people go their entire lives and never do this. There's one more idea I want to share with you. Again, I know not everyone will be able to receive this, but it deeply resonated with me personally and helped me heal. And that's this: the concept that you, your soul, chose your parents specifically, intentionally, before you were ever born into this physical plane. Regardless of how unconscious, emotionally unavailable, or fucked up they were, your soul knew what it was getting into before it ever came here, and knew that your parents were meant to be a massive part of your journey here. And not only a part of it, but exactly what was needed and what was best for you. For your soul to learn, to grow, and to bring you even to this exact moment right now. None of this is an accident. Take a deep breath. Come back to this moment whenever you need to. That little kid, full of awe and wonder and love, acceptance of whatever is still within you. That's still who you are. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you lock eyes with yourself and you look deeply, you'll still see that kid. And he's still full of love, and he's still full of joy and wonder. That is your true essence. It never left. It's just very easy to lose sight of it in this crazy world. You are loved, you matter, and you've barely scratched the surface of what you're capable of. Share this video with someone who needs it. Thanks for watching.